Alrighty, so what's going on, guys? Today I got my boy Sawyer Productions, Thomas. Today we're gonna talk about cameras, more specifically Sony versus Panasonic. If you guys are not aware, I don't know when this podcast is gonna come out, but I went Sony, completely Sony.
Damn,
I hate
crazy.
these type of videos where it comes
crazy, man.
because I've been bashing Sony for so long until the A7S3 came out.
Definitely.
That's when I said, you know what, like it's finally got 10-bit up to 4K 120. I was like, all right, now they finally did 10-bit, because that's where the GH5 and was the S1, they had like basically, you know, better codecs compared to Sony.
Oh, definitely.
So I've always been Panasonic until the S1H started getting corrupted files and stuff, and I needed a camera. But the other thing is, I have a homie, so he's been owning Sony for how many years?
I've been owning Sony, I guess, since I started. I started off with the A6500, 1080, 60. You know what I mean? You always looked at the GH5, like, damn, you got the 4K 60.
Yo.
But it's been, I think, what, like 3-4 years, maybe.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
So he has been Sony for a long time, and the one thing, you know, that just I don't know, I've always bashed him. I was making fun of him. I was like, bro, why you have Sony? This is like trash, this and that. He was always talking about autofocus, and not long ago, I was already the A7S3 always caught my eye the moment it came out. But I had my homie, he was shooting in my studio, bro. He was just messing around, just filming everywhere, bro. I'm like, you just moving everywhere. Like, what the hell? Me, I'm over here racking focus with the RS2 and figuring shit out how to, and half of it is not in focus, so I gotta take multiple takes to edit. And I'm like, bro, it's some cheating shit. Like, how the hell you freaking track focus? And I'm like, I'm an idiot. Like, I need to learn how to adapt to the new world. Like, you know, I'm all about manual focus and shit, like, but that's also thinking old school. Like the new school, bro, is like the camera's working for you, it's gonna make it easier for you. I'm not in big productions like where it's like 20 people. I'm me and 3 other people. At this point, bro, you need a camera that works, so you like, it just makes it easier for us as filmmakers. So now I understand what the hell you're talking to me the last 2-3 years, because Tom has been trying to convince me, go Sony. I'm like, nah, this and that. But even with that A7S3, I still said, nah, the S1H is better and this and that, until, I mean, I just got proven, basically. I mean, you've been on me, but
I mean, I would say there's a tool that it has that's better, right? Like, we got autofocus, right? Like
100%.
that's what it is. Like, obviously you've been getting corrupted files and you can't have that. Like,
terrible.
you have way too much work to be like, I mean, it's one thing to be at this podcast, we get a corrupted file and we look over and it's like, oh, corrupted file or something, we could redo it, but we can't redo a wedding.
100%.
Yeah, we can't redo that, or we can't redo, even if it's a music video and they had a best take, you know? I mean, so that's a problem, but that autofocus, man, is killer. You know what I mean? Like, it's super killer, and then just what you get from the camera in that light package, right? Like
that's the biggest thing. Like, for example, I got the Sigma, what was it, the 28-70?
Yeah.
So I got that Sony lens. I got the 20 mil. The shit is like, bro, the lenses are like small.
Yeah.
They're 1.8 or like, you know, fast lenses. They're legit and they're small and they're light.
Yeah. I'm
like, the S1H, bro, I'm putting in work to film a shot, and when you start going lower, you gotta work your back, because I don't have no stable like the vest and all that.
Yeah.
It's eating me alive, bro. I'm sweating and this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, it's just hard for me, because I was like, it's a lot of money to transfer to a new system.
Definitely.
Thankfully, I went to the camera store, Sammy's Camera. There was some guy buying gear at the moment, and he valued my gear at a good price. So that's what allowed me to buy the lenses, the A7S3, and really only pay for the camera.
Wow.
But the lenses, and I still have a 1100, which is the FX6.
Damn.
It's another video for another day. But yeah, it's just like the size factor, bro, is something that I think everyone needs to consider. I was just being the biggest thing with me, and I told you many times, the S1H, I was like, nah, but the image is better. The image is better. The one thing that I think I could tell a lot of people is, yes, some cameras might have a different image, but dude, at the end of the day, it's us filmmakers noticing these things. The client does not see a damn difference. The client doesn't see anything. If you put the camera in the right hands, bro, it's all it needs. I've always said S1H looks better than the A7S3. Yeah. Even to this moment, I'm still gonna say that, right?
Yeah.
But the human eye, a regular human eye, is not gonna tell.
No, definitely. They don't notice. They have to be in the film game. Like, you have to be filming for a filmer, and then they'll notice, you know? But for the most part, they don't even know. I mean, some people don't even know shooting with an iPhone. Like, I've gotten to the point where I'll be like, you want to shoot with this, and it's like they like the iPhone how it looks better. They'll be like, oh, this image doesn't look good, and I think sometimes that's because we're shooting log, and it's like where they don't understand, like they just especially women. I'm not, not a bad thing. They just like their skin bright, like really bright, like their cheeks like glowing, they don't even understand, glowing, like almost overexposed. And we're over here trying to, protect the clouds and protect this, and it's not about that for that specific client. So it all matters what the job is, right? Like that's what I believe, what the job is, what we're doing. And I think what me and you both do, especially what you do, the S1H is a big bulky tool to be lugging around and to be like, like if they're not going to appreciate it, like if they're not going to, especially like, I'm not going to lie, if your budget's, what the S1H is, how much it costs?
Now I think it went down to like 3,400.
So same, right around the A7S, right? So what do you want to carry? If you got a client that's like running gun, you're running around, they're not even worried about the image as much as we are. We're sitting there worried about, like, I'd rather have the A7S with A7S3 with like, you got your 24 G Master, you got a 35 or something, like, and you're running around with that, and you're getting what? I think that's when H might have a little bit better image quality, I would say, a little bit. You get maybe a better 4K file or something, but dude, we're only worried about that. I'm like, shit. So that's me. I'm like, because I had the Blackmagic 6K. I mean, not the Pro, but I had the 6K. And I loved it. I think the image is the best image. But after I got the A7S, I never picked it up.
So and then you ended up...
I just got rid of it. Yeah. I never went back because it wasn't about image no more. It was about convenience and like the type of jobs that I'm booking. Yeah, for my personal projects, I'd rather have the Blackmagic. But right now, I have to pay bills. I have to do things, and the Sony still gives me a good enough image that I'm happy with to
and
use.
They probably don't even tell difference either, right?
No.
See, that's what I mean. And I think the one thing that I see a lot of people get it wrong is, especially with YouTube, especially me making videos, right, and stuff like that. I see too many filmmakers. Like, I've been seeing videos where it's Sony A7S III versus S1H, and then people are in the comments or somewhere they're putting like, but it's not Netflix approved. Like, you're not shooting Netflix. Like, that doesn't make a difference, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I will tell you is, like, for example, I was like, hey, bro, like, because when I was buying the A7S III, I was contacting you, and then you were like, the one thing I don't like about the A7S III, I think you said, was like, it doesn't have an anamorphic lens, like that mode or whatever, compared to S1H. And then I told you, when the hell do we shoot those type of videos? Like, if you're told to use anamorphic lenses, that chances are that budget's gonna be nice enough to be renting them out with the right camera for it. So that's one thing, like, I kind of want people to take away from this. Like, look, it doesn't matter the camera stop being biased. Like, I've never been biased. Like, I've always been real. I think, to me, it's like the GH5 has killed every Sony camera. The S1H was still killing every Sony camera to me. Besides the autofocus, I'm just talking about image. Until the A7S III came out with 10-bit up to 4K 120, and you got autofocus. Like, it has its downfall. For example, I told you the S1H has native ISO 4000. I think that's a good middle range compared to from 640 all the way to 12,800. That's just too much. You probably have to use an ND if you want to jump it to a certain level to compensate for it. There's a lot of downfall with it, but every camera has that. But at the end of the day, bro, if you're like a person like me, you're shooting with like a crew of 3 people, the A7S III, you don't have to worry about the focus. You just got to worry about composition. And I think, to me, that's super important, because I've been killing myself, like, with the RS2. I don't know if you've seen my latest videos, but I've been doing the Dutch angles where, like, the gimbal kind of like just rotates instead of keeping it straight. I'm going like this, bro, while racking. I'm like twisting my neck, and like at the end of the take, I'm sweating my ass off, and I'm like, the artists don't tell a difference. They don't know what this Dutch angle is. They just know it's smooth. They don't see anything. Opposed to me, I'm like, this just looks cool. People gonna like it. They don't give a. They're not gonna see a difference. So, I'm like, with this video, I'm just trying to get to people across where, like, Sony, Panasonic, even if you like Canon, like, it's not about, like, I've never been biased. I hate when people's like, oh, all he talks about S1H. Well, I have the camera. Sure enough, just because now I have the A7S III does not mean I have the S1H. I love the camera. It's those corrupted files. That, bro, I shot a wedding yesterday, bro. So I shot a podcast actually the day before the wedding. It was 3 camera angles like the one we have right now. Now we have 2 A7S3s and 1 S1H. Okay. Right? But at least the 2 7S3s, they're on both of us. The S1H, if it corrupts, it's the middle camera. Right? But it corrupted on us, and it was towards him. And I'm like, now it kind of destroys the purpose. I still have 2 camera angles, but it's not the same. I want it to cut. Even though this podcast is meant for people to more listen to than watch, but if they're watching it, I want them to get like the full, value, or just like the entertainment or some shit.
Yeah, no, you're trying to give your own. I mean, this is your podcast. Like,
you're trying to just give your style.
You
want to put your work into it.
Yeah.
And so it's just that whole corruption thing. It's just like, dog, it's eating me. The like yesterday we shot the wedding. We got a corrupted file. Luckily, that one didn't matter. It was in prep. The one that did matter, but it's not major, but it matters. We had 2 cameras, of course, but my angle was the grand entrance.
Oh shit.
The first groomsmen and bridesmaids.
Okay.
That one complete shut. So then the next 6, bro. Imagine what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, bro, what the hell? I'd rather have an overheating problem with my camera telling me it's overheating, that it's time for me to switch.
Yeah.
Than to get a camera that you don't know when the hell is gonna shut down on you.
Yeah, because at least you could be like, I'll switch out camera. I have another camera, I guess. You
have a second camera. You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You have the option to like, hey, you know what? Yeah, let me go ahead and switch it, or let me have it right here ready to go. Yeah. At worst case. Yeah. But dog, it's like there's no perfect camera, but damn, like I didn't think I ever switch Sony, bro. Like,
no, I never thought that.
How much we go off.
But I think that's one thing that we could say to people right now is growth. Like, we could say that we played around. Like, we had you were Panasonic, I'm Sony, we messed around. But once you start growing and you start understanding that it doesn't matter about what the brand is, because they're not loyal to you, they're going to do whatever they want to do, right? Like, they're going to change. It's about what works for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's at the end of the day, what works for you. I'll tell you right now, I was thinking about going to Canon because I wanted photos better, but at the same time, it's like, what works for me? I'm like, you know what? I'm a photographer for fun. I'm a video maker for business. For what you do, yeah, so I'm not worried about the Canon. Like, I was so worried about photography, I was trying to get into that, but my heart is video. So I'm just gonna stay with Sony. I'm gonna do Sony until they do me, until they change something that I don't like, and then But
even to this day, bro, like I think going forward, they're gonna come out with 6K, 8K, and all this other shit. But I really think. Like, I thought the S1H was a camera. If it wasn't for the corruption files, I would have stuck with it until the camera died. Now, the A7S III, I haven't used it 100% just yet. I've been using it for YouTube. I've been messing around with it. Great camera. I honestly think, bro, really, the camera is good to go for the next 5 years, as long as till it dies. It has the autofocus. It has everything that I want, especially me being like that I'm doing YouTube videos now. Bro, imagine me. I had to use my Canon R, or I had to buy a camera for YouTube because the S1H is there, but it's like, okay, it's manual focus. If I do this, like move forward and back, it's not tracking me. So that's a waste. Like, I paid $4,000 for a camera, but it's not working in all my areas. The S-Log, I keep calling it S-Log 3. The A7S III, that one works for everything, bro. It's it's a do it all.
It's a workhorse. It's a straight workhorse.
It's for a one-man band. One-man band or a short crew. It does its job, bro.
You could, if you think about it, you could build it all the way out. You could go get you a cinema lens and put it on there. And you could do pulling and all that stuff. And then you could do a one-man band. And if you're smart enough, if you know what you're doing, you could, if you're at a wedding and you're having a group of dancers, you put it in manual focus and you focus it, right? If you're doing a tracking for dancing and it's just one person right in the center, or if it's one person to the right and you put the focus to the right or to the left, that it gives you those options and
makes it easy.
It makes it easy. Like, dude, it's like, I don't know. I'm like,
You've been
it's a beautiful time to be alive, to be a video maker, right?
Because Sony just makes it easy.
Yeah.
Like I never liked their the quality wasn't complaining. It was more of the 8-bit. Now there's like the dynamic range on it. I haven't even talked about that. That's a whole different level. Like when I saw your videos and I started seeing YouTube videos, I'm like, dude, like it's literally on S1H level when it comes to dynamic range. Maybe better. I don't know. I haven't yet to, but based on what I use, I'm like, this shit is really clean.
Yeah, it's clean.
So it's like I don't want to, but thankfully I was able to get rid of one S1H with lenses, and I was able to compensate that with the lens for Sony. So I really only paid for the camera, but all the lenses I was able to keep. And now the FX6, I'm ready for it when it comes out. I can't wait for that. So now I have like my main camera, and the A7S III will be a B, or sometimes I could take the A7S III as an A camera if I don't want to carry that shit. But yeah, man, I think just overall, people need to understand, like, just adapt to the new system. I just see too many people. One thing, actually, the last thing before we wrap it up, I want to talk to you about this that I saw. Somebody in the Panasonic group was saying, should I get the S5 or the S1H? And someone stated, if you want to get big budgets, you got to go with the S1H, because with the S5 you're gonna show up with like a puny, like an amateur. And that when I read that, bro, I was like, that's so wrong, because like, dude, Sony is obviously even smaller. It's you look like literally like an amateur, right, showing up with it. But bro, these companies do not give a damn. Like for example, guys, I'm gonna let you know, Tom has been shooting with Morongo as of late with your A7S3. I shot a big commercial with a company. It was over 10,000. It was with the S1H. No red, no big camera. That's when I noticed, bro, it doesn't come down to the camera no more. Like if you know the person, I think it comes out of networking. You know the person inside, they're not gonna, if it's like 40, 50,000, I'm pretty sure you're gonna go with a red.
But the budget's there, and you're putting in your item line that you're renting. You know, you this is what you're having, and that's there. That's that type of job. But I think middle range jobs now are, you know, you could put a what is it, damn, my bad, on the lens. What do you put in front of the lens? Matte box.
Okay.
You could rig out.
You could fake it out. If you want to go with aesthetic look and stuff, just put it. Because that's what I think people do. Because bro, you know how many times I did gap reels for other directors. They have the Komodo and all this, bro. It's like, why do you have the matte box? Like, what the hell? Like, you ain't have the NDs or the 5x4, whatever they are. It's like, bro, you don't even have that. Why you even put that on? But it's just aesthetic look. Or it's the ego of us saying we just want it to look cool. But it doesn't do shit for the fucking video.
I mean, I did that whole thing with the Black Magic, and I was like, oh, this looks super dope.
We all do that. I did that too.
And then I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing here? I'm working, I'm sweating, I'm going crazy, and it's not doing anything better for me. I mean, I'm not gonna say the Black Magic image was dope, but it didn't do anything better for me, like creative wise. Like, it just didn't improve my workflow. It didn't improve the creativeness or anything. So it's like, what am I doing? I'd rather work with this smaller camera that does a great image. Now, I get it. Before the A7S3, Sony didn't have the greatest image. You know what I mean? Like, it fell apart if you try to push. You know? But now, you're good, man. I'm like, shit.
It's a great time to be alive as a filmmaker. That's what I tell everybody. It's like, back in the day, like, I think there's the reason why a lot of filmmakers, or there's a lot more filmmakers, or maybe I guess videographers, however you want to label it, is because Sony made it so easy for everyone to just get autofocus. You could pick up a camera today, you could get an expensive lens and right away just use autofocus. Back then it was like manual focus to get the good cameras and all this. Now it's like you could just film, and that's why there's so many people jumping into it, because it's easy. You just put autofocus and let that shit do the job. So I mean, I just wanted to make this video to just talk about, it's not about whether it's Sony or Panasonic. Like, look, I love Panasonic till I die. It's just, I don't want to wait for the S2H or whatever they're going to name it and then get the same freaking problem. Like, I already have trust issues. Like, the fact to see S5, the S1H, I don't know the GH6 is not going to have the problem, or whatever the case is, the next camera. Sony, as of right now, I know every owner, no one has complained about it. If there's an overheating issue, like I said, I could work around that. At least I'll be notified. Compared to just, you're recording out of nowhere, it just stops recording and the file gets corrupted. And people talking about what SD cards, dude, I don't have to look at that, you know. Like, the write speed's different, but I don't gotta look at these type of problems. Like, I'm paying $4,000 for a camera.
When they tell you the SD card to get that, should be it works.
Shouldn't be talking about get pro grade. Have you tried the Angel Bird? What about the batteries? Like, what the hell? When does the battery have an issue with the camera? I'm sure to some extent, but I use for the most part, everything's legit that I use. All batteries are 100% Panasonic. Now it's Sony. Like, some people just gotta, like, you know, like, they gotta accept, maybe they were lucky and they haven't got that. That's cool. Good to you guys. I hope it stays that way. For me, I wasn't so lucky, and to a lot of other people, they're not so lucky. But so hopefully you guys got something out of it. Just really comes down to what works for you. It's not about being biased. It's not about, you know, for me, I love Panasonic. I've always loved it. To this day, it's still gonna be a better image to me. But a human eye is not going to capture A7S3, Panasonic S1H. It's just us filmmakers. We need to start to learn to adapt and change our mindsets. And it's all about the clients. It's not us. Now, if you're filming just for yourself and you're a full-time YouTuber, that's different. You want to get yourself happy, and that's something that's different. But if you're working for clients, they're not going to see a difference, and that's just me stating it. Put it in the right hands, someone's going to do magic with the camera, even with a freaking Sony A7 III 8-bit, which you do at times.
I still do it, because I run out my A7S3. So sometimes I'm stuck with my A7 III.
So you put it in the right hands, it's going to do the job. So yeah. So anyways, guys, if you guys liked everything we talked about in this video, just drop it a like. Follow my boy Sawyer Productions. I'll be go ahead and just put his I guess his Instagram, so you guys can follow him out on that. And anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.
Peace.